The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just on You Have Real Estate. You know I have a putting green at my house now. Soon, I'm going to have a golf simulator in my house. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. It's just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life. Welcome to You Have Real Estate, brought to you by Renewal by Andersen. I am your host, Justin Clark. A great show ahead today, but first, the opening statement. Before the opening statement, my commitment to you all year is this. If you're thinking about selling your home, the one thing you need to know before making that decision is what your home is worth. How much are you going to net if you sell your home? The websites will lie to you. There's one person that won't lie to you. It's the phone number on the screen, 407-205-0400. I will send someone out to your home, a real estate agent to your home, and give you an accurate value of what your home is actually worth, and you can make a solid decision based on that. Also, it's time to reset your rate. If you've gotten a mortgage in the last 2 years, the rates have come down. You need to call the phone number on the screen, and it will tell you if indeed you can save money monthly by lowering and resetting that interest rate. Now, the opening statement. You own a house, it's your abode, it's where your family spends all their time together. What are some things that you can do inside or even outside of your home to make your life better, but also without breaking the bank? Great question that we're going to answer by asking real questions. Joined today by my good buddy, DelaTurf. Some new stuff happening over there. Ryan Church is here. Ryan, what's up, baby? How are you?
How you doing, man?
We spend all of our time at the house, right?
That's it.
You want to invest money in your home where you almost want your family to want to not even go out on Friday night. We want to have a house that we have so much fun in that we don't even want to leave. And I want to start with the golf simulator stuff. We're going to talk about all the outdoor stuff that you've done for my house and really how you've improved our outdoor living. But you're bringing the indoor living as well with these golf simulators. You got to tell me all about it.
Yeah, the golf simulators are amazing. We can build them in a garage, in a spare room in the house, but you can really track all of your metrics with it, which is really nice. So if you're an avid golfer, that's a great key, to have in your home. So you can just see your swing, your backswing, your ball speed, you name it, it will track it.
Unbelievable. And you have different versions of it too. I mean, you don't have to be a millionaire to necessarily afford one of these.
Definitely. Yeah, we have some different options available, I would say, that can be on the more economic side, or you can go a little more extravagant, if you want to track a lot more things.
So it's when you have a golf simulator in your house, it can be for so many different things. What I think of is like having some friends over on a Friday or Saturday and, maybe having a couple beers, having a good time. It's almost like you're on the golf course. And by the way, it's hot as can be in Florida. It's like you're playing around, and you can play rounds from all over the world, I think.
Yes, you can download many different courses and play them right from the comfort of your home.
Also think about this though. Think about if you have a child, maybe a kid who you want to get into golf. This is a wonderful practice opportunity for them as well.
Yeah, they could come home from school, you could stick them in the simulator and let them practice for hours.
And it's such a big part of what you're doing now. You're building a whole new facility to show these things off.
Yes, yeah, we have a facility coming soon. Hopefully by the end of summer, we will be in a building off of Alafaya and Chapman over in Oviedo.
If you want to have a golf simulator in your house, this is something that is attainable for you now. I have a QR code on the screen for you. We'll have them come out. Ryan will come out, look at the space that you have, and tell you exactly what you can do. What a great gift, by the way. Father's Day is not too far down the road. I mean, what a great gift. But Ryan, you've also made it affordable. Yeah, they're not free, obviously, but you have financing available as well.
Yes, we do offer several different ways of financing, so that's a good option if you just want to save that money and pay a little bit over time.
Yeah, I love it. So the outdoor area at my house is all because of DelaTurf. What you guys did is absolutely amazing. The artificial turf that we have in my backyard, it has literally changed my 8-year-old daughter Mila's life. She doesn't want to be inside anymore. She does not want to be on her phone. She wants to be outside playing on that turf. We also installed this like swing thing out there over the turf. It's amazing. It's really life-changing. Describe the artificial turf and who could really benefit from that?
So really anyone can benefit from that doesn't want to do maintenance. They have trouble growing grass. They're paying boatloads of money, you know, to maintain that grass, or they're replacing because it died or anything like that. So it's a great alternative to that.
So you also did a putting green in my backyard, which is, I guess, one of the main reasons I wanted to do it, but Michaela, my wife, wanted to do it because literally in the whole back, we have a lot of trees. I know maybe a lot of people in Florida don't have trees. We do. You can't grow grass, but now we have this beautiful green artificial turf. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you never have to mow it, water it, fertilize it, replace it because it died, anything like that. It just stays beautiful and green all year long.
The putting green in the backyard actually is fantastic for me to practice putting, and I need all the practice that I can get. But like I said when we were together at the event the other day, like, you don't have to be rich to have a full-blown putting green in your backyard. Do you have financing available also for the outdoor stuff?
Yeah, our financing works for any of the projects that we offer. So you could do pavers or pergolas or kitchens or turf or simulators, whatever you decide, we can finance that.
One of the things that I've noticed recently as I'm driving through my neighborhood is my neighbor just redid their driveway with pavers. Taking like this old asphalt or concrete driveway and making it into pavers makes an unbelievable difference, especially just the appeal of the home as you're driving by.
Yeah, pavers really add to the aesthetic of the house. It's a great selling point. Also, it's a good point to kind of push to say, hey, look, you know, pavers, if you do have an issue with pavers, you can repair that very easily. If your concrete cracks, you're kind of stuck with it.
It's kind of done forever, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the HOA starts sending you letters and gets all mad at you and starts fining you also. Outdoor kitchen, something that you've done a lot of over the years. I think an outdoor kitchen, it changes your life because, again, think about Friday night. You don't even want to go to dinner. You want to stay home with the family and make an awesome, like a pizza party or a steak party or whatever. Outdoor kitchens are huge with values of home as well. I think if you go to sell that home later, the outdoor kitchen can really increase the value.
Yes, definitely 100%. And it makes a good Friday night, you know, hangout. Kitchens are very customizable, so things can be moved around, you know, to fit the space. We can go all the way to a fully built-in pizza oven.
Yeah, and if my wife is watching right now, Father's Day is approaching. Let's talk about the golf simulators one more time. So how does it work? Because I think maybe people, they know they would love to have a golf simulator in their house. They don't know exactly where. They don't know how much space they need. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know how to choose the right components for it. How does that design process work with you? I know I want one, but I don't know what I need.
Yeah, so what we do is similar to when we come to do the outdoor projects. We would want to come and see the indoor space, you know, figure out where the best place to be is. If you don't have an idea where you want to put it, we can kind of give you some suggestions. And then from there, those are customizable as well with different flight monitors and, you know, cameras and TVs and computers, everything you could think of. So there's a lot of different things. And,
you know, you can see them right now, obviously, over at your showroom. You're building a bigger showroom to show off many of them, but I think that they're life-changing for families, and I know that sounds stupid, but it's true, because you can work, if you're a golfer, you can practice no matter if it's day, night, hot, cold, raining, whatever, but it's also fun for the family. It's crazy. Ryan, always good to see you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank
Ryan
you.
Church with DelaTurf. Rocket simulators now, though, in-house at DelaTurf. It's amazing what they're doing. Life-changing if you own a house. QR code on the screen for them right now. Speaking of golf, my next guest is about 6'8", a ringer, and I've got to play in a tournament soon. We're going to try to convince him to be our ringer as you have real estate continues. Welcome to the show. Summertime is approaching, and yeah, it gets hot, it rains, but the worst part about summer around here clearly is your electricity bill. With that AC running, it is out of control. What can you do? You can't argue with the electric company. They're going to laugh at you. They're not going to lower it. What can you do? What can you do to lower the electricity bill? You need to look at the windows on your home. Renewable Energy here. Dan and Dan show today.
Yeah.
It's true. Electricity bills are out of control. They raise them every single year, no matter what. What can I do window-wise to lower that electricity bill?
Well, it's a great question. First thing you want to do is have them inspected. What you need to do is you need to have a professional like Renewal by Anderson come out. We'll do an inspection. We will tell you what's going on with your windows, and we'll replace them, because what we have in your house today is probably what was put in by the builder. That's a builder grade window. It's not going to stop any of the white light from coming through. You call us, we send a professional out, a design consultant. They'll look at it. We'll give you a quote, and we'll do it all right here on the iPad. And we have so many finance options to take advantage of. We make it very easy.
Quality is very important. Dan, describe the quality of your windows.
Well, it's unmatched. We do things differently than anybody else in the industry. We use a Fibrex composite material, and so it is built to last. So we know what we're putting in your home is going to last, and it'll be a good use of your money.
Absolutely. It's a no-brainer. Thank you, guys. QR code on the screen right now for Renewal by Anderson. No cost, no obligation to have their design consultants come to your house and tell you exactly what they can do to save you money. That interest payment on the windows themselves is going to be offset by your savings on the electricity bill. It's a no-brainer to me. Look into Renewal by Anderson today. Welcome back to the show. A lot of you watch the program, you have a job, you clock in, you have a W-2, and I understand that, and you've thought you want to have a little bit of a career change, and you've thought about real estate. Real estate is appealing as a profession to a lot of people. A lot of hard work, though, as well. I'd like to talk to a guy who's been doing it for a few years now, doing a great job at it, but Ben Aicher, your path to real estate was a little bit different as well. You kind of worked for the man for a while and decided to take a leap of faith and become a real estate agent. How did your path to real estate really happen?
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to enter into the sales force at about 19.
Yeah.
Started selling gym memberships, kind of went from there into selling insurance, and that was during the COVID time of everyone's working at home, everyone's on their computer all day, and I just kind of came to the decision that that wasn't really for me. Didn't really love being at home all that much. So a guy that I had known from, just being in the gym, Matt Buckley, we had talked, and he said, hey, I think this would be a really good fit for you. You'll be in front of a lot of people, something that I believe you can be really successful at. So I did, when I started, I said, okay, I'm going to do real estate part-time. I'm going to continue to sell insurance, and once I get off, then I can make phone calls. I can do, the real estate thing on the side, kind of. And did that for all of about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And decided, hey, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, put my back against the wall, and really take a gamble on myself, and here we are.
I know you look up to Matt a lot as your mentor in real estate, which is weird because he's half your height, like I am. But he's a great guy. We know him very well. How did having the sales background help you, if at all, in real estate?
Yeah, so in my opinion, sales is sales wherever you go. So whether you're selling an insurance policy, a car, a gym membership, a house, it's all about connecting with people, connecting with what people want, what people need. And you as the sales professional, your job is to deliver that to them in the simplest and best way possible. So,
for someone who's considering this career change, and I see it happen a lot, they become a real estate agent somewhat part-time. What do you tell that person who says, I want to keep my job but do real estate part-time?
It's kind of one of those things where what you put into it is exactly what you're going to get out of it. So if you spend 3 hours a week prospecting, then hey, you might get a couple deals here and there throughout the course of the year. But to be effective in this business, in my opinion, it's important to really be all in on it.
Got it. What is going on in this market right now? What are you feeling? What are you sensing where it comes buyer versus seller? What's going on now?
I think we've come to a point in the market where it's more balanced. As a buyer, you have options. You also have strategies where you're able to get seller concessions to buy down an interest rate, as interest rates have been a big talk for the last few years now. But interest rates are now starting to normalize, where people are a little bit more comfortable with moving forward because there hasn't been so much volatility in the interest rate market.
Yeah.
So a lot of strategies as a buyer to get an interest rate that you want, that you're comfortable with. But then as a seller, homes that are priced well and presented very well, they're selling quickly. There are still some multiple offer situations out there where you have a seller that priced a property competitively. Maybe it's got some updates, maybe it just presents well altogether. they're seeing success. But what I'm noticing is with properties that aren't presented well or aren't priced properly, those are kind of sitting longer than they have been for the last 5 or so years. So strategy is imperative right now.
I'm afraid Matt Buckley's going to kill me now, obviously, because I said he's half your height, but I'm barely taller than him. But let me show you something that Matt taught me. I want to show you right now. Because my wife, who's here right now, is 6 feet tall, as you know. Matt taught me, I don't wear these all the time. I'm not 5'8", I'm 5'10". Don't listen to her. I'm 5'10". Look at my driver's license. I had a fake ID when I was in college that said I was 6'4". Didn't last very long.
Hey, it worked.
Let's see what's on the market right now. You know Volusia County very well. You also know Lake County. Let's start in Port Orange on South Fork Court.
Yeah, we have 1197 South Fork Court. This is a beautiful 2-story home, fresh paint inside and out. It's on a large corner lot, fenced-in backyard. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, right at about 1,900 square feet. This is about as move-in ready as it gets. It's been very, very, very well maintained. Major components are all very solid, don't need any kind of replacement. That's being offered at $389 right now.
$389, great price in Port Orange for a house that is that nice of that size, don't you think?
Yeah, and you're only 15 minutes away from the beach. So.
And now over to Umatilla, a city I surprisingly know well. I used to have an office in Eustis, which is kind of right next to that. Lake County's awesome. And this is still like old school Florida in Umatilla. Tell me about Keene Road.
Yes, we have 16750 Keene Road in Umatilla. This is just an absolutely beautiful property. There's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, about 2,000 square feet that was built in 2018, right in the middle of the property. It sits on just under 9 acres of completely cleared land. Right now there is a barn in place with a turnout paddock for horses, but really, I mean, it's kind of a clean slate to do whatever you'd like with. The home itself, a lot of energy efficiency features, which is always great. Nice open floor plan, split bedroom floor plan, so you have primary on one side, remaining 2 bedrooms on the other side. But this is an absolutely stunning property for a homestead.
If you'd like to see these properties, Ben will show them to you this weekend. 407-205-0400. When I'm buying a house like that on some acreage in an area that's growing, in the back of my head, can I be thinking maybe someday down the road a developer's going to come in and pay me a lot of money per acre?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that ring is kind of getting out to Lake County now, where they're doing a lot of new construction building in Lake County. So, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I will see you in exactly 2 days. You are the ringer for our foursome coming up at the Carlos Leach Golf Tournament. And you know I'm terrible, but I'll try to at least use a couple of my shots. All right, even if like we're kind of even, just use my shot, please.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Ben Aicher, ladies and gentlemen, a great real estate agent. Here's what we will do: a very quick break. You have real estate continues. I have this awesome event, awesome project I want to tell you about. It's happening May 9th at 6 p.m. in College Park. All compliments of this awesome new development called 6 in the City, done by Newberry Homes. Chad Newberry is here. Tell me about 6 in the City, first of all.
So it's a collection of jewel boxes by Newberry Homes. So detached small houses with luxury interior finishes. There's 6 of them. They're right in the heart of College Park, so we're lovingly calling it 6 in the City. And we've done some great design work with it, not only architecturally, but on the inside of it. And we actually modeled the interior design of each of the houses, because there's 4 of them, after each of the characters of the beloved show. So, yeah.
They're unbelievable. We've been there from groundbreaking to now almost the finished product. They are amazing outside and inside. A real talking point for whoever's going to buy these places. You've been invited to the Parade of Homes, though, which is an amazing feat. And you're having a little event at 6 p.m. on May 9th.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to be having a big block party. We'll be inviting all the neighbors and lots of publicity and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be there. We're going to have a DJ and a lot of it'll be open to the public. They're all excited. Everyone's very excited about it. Actually, GOBA, the Greater Orlando Home Builders Association, they're really excited about this project. They're like throwing a lot of publicity at it. So.
Always great to see you. Great job, great project. You are invited as well. We'll be out there. See you on May 9th at 6. Let's wrap it up today talking to those of you in the real estate business or those of you thinking about joining the real estate business, because it's become clear to me over the last couple of years that it's really two ways to go when it comes to where you hang your license. Is it kind of the older school brokerage? Are we going with these new, more online brokerages? And someone who has experienced both in the last year even, Elisha Lopez, you've been a real estate agent for 20, I'm not trying to age you, please don't get mad at me, but
I've been in the business
since you were 10.
26 years, yep.
Since 26 years in the business. You did somewhat of the traditional brokerage for a long time. Over the last year, you've transitioned over to, I call it the new school type brokerage. You're with Real Broker. What do you tell an agent? First of all, are you accepting new agents? And then what do you tell an agent when they ask you that question?
So, I lost my train of thought.
I think it's a tough, it's tough, but there are going to be younger agents who are going to ask you this question. They say, should I go with the more traditional real estate brokerage type places, or should I go with one of these new school places like an LPT, Real Broker, and others?
So if you would have asked me that a little over a year ago, my answer might have been different. But in this last year, I've really discovered that the traditional brokerage model is really going to become obsolete in the next 4 or 5 years. And being that I was a broker of a traditional brokerage, I didn't want to get left behind. And I was always thinking, like, how am I going to jump ahead of this? And that's when I discovered Real Broker, where it's a national company. The really cool part is that, like, I don't have all of the headaches that I used to have, and I get to completely focus on helping my team and any of the agents that are under me grow. And I mean, that's what I absolutely love to do.
Yeah. I was on a yacht actually with, let's just say, someone who founded a brokerage like this. And it was the first time I heard the word downline used in this setting. When these real estate agents start hearing the word downline, what does that mean?
So that's who you bring on under you. And I was actually speaking with another broker that's considering coming over to Real under my downline. And he was asking me that question. And I, before I joined Real, like, I knew, like, that's just the people under you. Yeah. But it's harder and harder for an agent to make the same kind of money that they used to. And so if you have an agent that has a lot of, like, they're following, and they're able to bring them on under them, they're going to be making money every month when that agent actually has transactions closing. And you think, like, oh, how much money are they going to make? I mean, just let's say 10 agents that are selling and they're in your downline, that agent's probably going to be taking home at least $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just because you said, hey, this is awesome, come with me.
I'm also seeing brokers do this. So people who have been real estate brokers themselves for many years, had their own office building and their own agents working under them. I've seen them now call themselves teams and move over to where they're not dealing with the broker nonsense and running a team under one of these more online brokerages. Why do people do that?
I mean, that's the exact reason. That's what I did, was because I had all the overhead of brick and mortar, all the expenses, all the liability, all the insurance, all the everything. So my day-to-day was always focused on all of that I couldn't give 100% of myself to lead my agents. And when somebody like me with 26 years in the business and so much experience, like, that's such a great asset to be able to pour into your team, which before it was the brokerage, now it's just the team, but same concept. But I didn't have the time to do that, and I couldn't focus on that with having all that other stuff. So I knew it was going to be awesome, but I did not know how good it would feel.
And if you're an agent out there, or even a broker that has a team, and you want to talk to Elisha about what her transition has been like, or maybe even joining her over at Real, she'd be happy to talk to you. QR code on the screen for you right now. It's worth a conversation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't think you're judging the traditional brokerages in any way, shape, or form. It's just really a different way of doing business in this real estate market now.
It really is, and I think too that, like, so I've gotten the question, like, Elisha, that's crazy. You were so successful, and yes, and it, there's that little, like, in between where you have to, like, close down, open up, but I've been through it all, so I could help another broker from a traditional model that's ready to finally, into something different, and I could help them through that process, because there's a lot of, like, what ifs, but that I've gone through it, I can help them all, and it's just awesome.
Because since I've known her mission in life has been to help younger up-and-coming agents. And obviously your clients too, but I've always sensed that you wanted to help train and coach these younger agents, which is very admirable. Elisha Lopez, always good to see you. QR code on the screen for her right now. All sorts of listings in Ocala also. Thank you to our guest, our wonderful crew. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Have you been threatened by the IRS and you're feeling scared? Call me now or visit youhavepower.com.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.